If you want to find yourself riding terrain like this, you need to start from the beginning. So let's take a journey and dive into all the skills that you need to acquire to be a proficient backcountry skier or snowboarder. Let's start with the basics. There are three main disciplines that you need to dive into. The first one being avalanche awareness. When heading out of the backcountry, where it is an uncontrolled environment and natural or human-triggered avalanches can happen, it's very important that we develop the skills to assess snow conditions, understand avalanche bulletins, and identify the terrain where avalanches are most common to happen. This is a lifelong journey that requires a lot of dedication and years of practice. The next is technical skills for traveling in the mountains. This really depends on the type of skiing or riding you're interested in doing. Is it long ski traverses, or are you more focused on steep terrain close to the resort? And lastly, it's our technical ability. Often overlooked for the sake of spending more energy on avalanche safety skills is our ability to actually ski or ride down our chosen slopes. Having the fitness to tour up the mountain, and when we're going down, do you have the appropriate ski or snowboarding skills to do it safely and efficiently? With our riding skills where we want them to be, it's time to find the gear for that type of skiing or riding that we're interested in doing. So spend some time and think about what makes sense for your given mountain range and your goals. From there, dive into all the options, find what is best for you, and learn how to use it. Now that we have our gear, we need to learn how to be safe in the backcountry, and this means taking an avalanche course. If you're in the United States, you're looking at the ARI 1, and if you're in Canada, the AST 1 or 1+. This will be the perfect entry-level course that will teach you the fundamentals of avalanche theory, safe travel practices, and companion rescue. Again, this is just an entry-level course. The way I like to look at these courses is that they're just an introduction to the whole wide world of learning that will take years to feel really confident about. But this is a perfect stepping off point. Paralleling avalanche courses is often an introductory ski or snowboarding course. Though similar to an avalanche course, these will focus more on the touring-specific skills of getting out into the backcountry. So how to use your gear, how to move more efficiently through the mountains, so when you have the appropriate avalanche skills to keep yourself safe, you have the ability to get out into that terrain. Once we have a bit of education and we start pushing out into the backcountry, it's time to practice. So ensuring that we're practicing in a safe manner with good partners. So think of starting in simple terrain when the weather is good and you can rely on professional avalanche input from your local avalanche bulletin. As you're now gaining speed, getting more comfortable in the backcountry, you have to think about what are those other technical skills you will need to develop so you can go a little bit further on bigger tours confidently and safely. This is looking at other skills that complement your avalanche training. So diving into navigation, trip planning, glacier travel, or crevasse rescue if you're going to be in an area where there is glaciation. Or perhaps it's learning more advanced avalanche assessment skills to feel more confident in steeper terrain. In the United States, the ARI Level 2, or in Canada, the AST 2 provide the perfect next step as you discover and put into practice the nuances of decision-making in avalanche terrain. While we are developing the technical skills so we can properly move through the mountains confidently, and we are developing our ability to make sound decisions in avalanche terrain, we will want to look at how we can utilize the mountains more effectively. So if you're in an area that has larger mountains with glaciation and expansive alpine, there's a whole host of ski mountaineering skills that you will need to learn so you can really push into that area. Often we aspire to do big alpine ski descents, but there's a lot of other hazards beyond just avalanches that we need to learn how to deal with. Look at doing a ski mountaineering course in your area, where you can learn how to rope up for glacier travel, how to deploy a rope and anchors to access steep terrain, and to get a general idea of the other high mountain hazards you will need to mitigate. With everywhere on the learning journey, it's very important that you practice your skills. Start to think about where in your community you can find good mentorship, whether that's from experienced friends or certified guides on courses in the field. With non-professional mentorship, remember to always ask people what their experience is and ensure you are learning from a reputable source. With backcountry travel, there's often little feedback if you made a bad decision or you just got lucky. Be very critical about what you know and what you think you know.